and gentlemen, you have now entered the precipice of greatness. Welcome to Live from the Bench with JQ.
You sure look like a master to me.
And Boulevard.
I want to hear about this, homie.
So forget about it, cuz.
Round 1, fight.
Hey, yo. So, I don't know, man. But I feel as though if an NFL player is making a certain amount of money, they should never be in a position where they are flying commercial.
Right. I can understand why they would necessarily want to be flying commercial because there's no need to spend the money. I mean, I've never been first class, so I don't really understand what all the hype is. But I can't imagine it's that damn special. You're still on a plane. It's still on a plane. You're not getting there any damn quicker by paying extra. And that would be probably the only real valid reason to actually pay extra to get on a damn plane. Like, you're still stuffed in there, even if you got a little more foot room than average. So I don't understand why Boy went down like that.
Nah, I don't know. Because this person we're about to talk about, I can understand. Because if you're trying to coax me into coming down and signing with your organization in a very negative city, a really bad city, you need to give me the best flight possible. You need to rent me a $20,000, get me a $20,000 two-way trip on a private jet. And if you haven't caught on already, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Maxx Crosby.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I will give you that. I mean, it's not like they can't afford it. It's a cross-country flight. I mean, it might be ridiculous to us looking at the price tag, but it's peanuts to them. They're like an organization, a billion-dollar organization. So, I mean, considering the investment they were willing to make into it, a couple thousand extra isn't really going to move the needle too hard. So, yeah.
I've looked it up. It's only $20,000.
Really?
On a private jet. For a private jet. I mean, for an NFL team. So basically what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, is Maxx Crosby was basically upset because the Baltimore Ravens had him fly commercial to meet with the team. But I'm not sure if I'm getting this correct, but he didn't fly to Baltimore commercial. I think he had to meet he landed in DC and had to drive the rest of the way. I'm not sure about the entire specifics of the story. But I feel as though as an NFL organization, you could be able to afford this. $20,000 for a private jet to get them straight there. And if you really needed them to drive, now I don't mind the whole drive from DC to Baltimore. That doesn't really bother me. That's not really an issue. But the whole flight, you can do better than that. That's somebody you're trying to wine and dine. What do I know, right?
But I mean, realistically, if they were going to private jet them, then they would have flown into Baltimore or wherever they would fly their planes into and out of. So that would cut back on time too. I mean, I can understand this when it was like, dude, if it was really that big a deal for you, then why didn't you just pay for your own damn flight? I get it, you want to be wined and dined in 69, but like, you're grown at this point. You know all the way. You know what the hell they're offering. You know what the deal is. You want to win. That's the priority to you. And you wouldn't go to an organization that values winning. They're going to pay you out the ass either way. So it seems like pettiness to me, like nonsense.
It is pettiness, but
what's the word? To upper class, from my understanding, because it doesn't make sense to me. But I can also see from a matter of convenience why you would prefer to take a private jet from Vegas or wherever the flight was from to Baltimore or DC or the surrounding area. I can see why you'd want to take a jet in that ride. Yeah. I can see why you wouldn't want to have to drive 2 hours from DC to I assume Owings Mills, because I got the quote, that's what he said. We had to drive 2 hours from DC after the 5-hour flight, bro. That shit was fucking weak, bro. We had a rush for Maxx Crosby, his podcast, bro. Now I can't stop saying it. This is gonna be a problem the rest of the episode, bro.
I'm sorry. I mean, I can understand like the whole the pettiness. Yeah, it's petty as fuck. But y'all can afford that shit. Like, there's no way I'm accepting this shit. I wouldn't even accept the fucking offer. I mean, it wasn't.
Everybody involved in the matter could afford this,
Yeah,
and wouldn't even hurt their accounts one bit.
Everybody, this was just like some nut shit for me. You fly that man. You fly. You better you better fly me out. You better put all fucking the bells and whistles on everything. Cause I'm not. You're not about to have me, Maxx Crosby, on a plane with commoners. Cause that's basically what he was doing. He was on a plane with a bunch of people. He probably had to wear a mask so people didn't know who he was. I doubt they knew who he was. He looked like just like every other Caucasian man.
But here's the deal. Okay? That man has made $96 million in his career. $96,383,395 off of contracts. How much was that playing? How much would that have been? 20,000?
20,000. You would not have missed it.
He would not have missed it. And he would have recouped it with a commercial or something. So
he could have recouped it with a tackle.
Yeah.
A game check. His weekly paycheck would have covered that without hesitation.
And I assume he had a workout bonus would have covered that. So
yeah.
Shit's ridiculous. Shit's petty. Shit's bougie. Call it whatever you want to. It's too uppity for me to understand the nuances of it. So that ain't just not the way Boulevard gets down. Boulevard flies commercial. You just don't do Greyhound. That's where I draw the line. I ain't taking no damn bus. That's where I draw the line. I'm Amtrak all day though. I love that shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Love it.
I'll always if I could find a way to travel from there to if I could find a way to travel from East Coast to the West Coast without hopping on a plane, I would do it. I'm interested in that type of stuff. If I could avoid flying, I would do it.
Me personally, every time I'm going across the country, I'm definitely flying. There's too many places people like us can get into all sorts of mayhem. Yeah,
that part.
Like Pacific Northwest, Deep South, there are some of them areas. Like, I'm not going there. I'm not going to be stuck in Texas or Arizona. I'm like, hell no. No, I'll just fly over. I don't need to see Mount Rushmore or the mountains or.
I'm not trying to road trip.
Grand, I don't need to see any of that shit. Just get me there another 5 hours. Otherwise, I mean, if it was a little less the way it is, then yeah, I'd love to take a cross-country trip. But
yeah, I get it.
I ain't got that much faith in humanity to be traveling nowadays.
After the stories I've heard, I wouldn't want to be traveling anywhere. I'm not traveling anywhere longer where I have to sit in a certain area longer than I have to.
Right.
Especially when the sun goes down.
Yeah.
When the sun goes down, you don't want to be brown.
Yeah. It is that way.
Speaking of brown, Hollywood Brown said that Philly was toxic. Now, it's an old quote. It's older. I don't know when he said it. They're not upset about this. They're laughing about it.
Right.
They're not upset about it. It's funny, it's comical, the situation, because what was said was an older quote of Hollywood Brown saying that Philly was toxic as fuck. Now, being that we are from Philly, we can personally speak on this. He wasn't lying. Philly toxic as fuck. I moved out of Philly for a reason. Because it's toxic. You don't want to live there. That's why most football players don't look like most pro football players that play for the Eagles don't live in Philly. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? I don't want my car stolen. Wasn't it C.J. Gardner-Johnson that got his car stolen? What kind of city steals cars from the teams that from the players you're supposed to like? You want to know how toxic? You want to know how toxic Philly is? Philly's so toxic that Britton Covey had to park with the rest of the fans because they didn't give him his exclusive parking access. That's how toxic Philly is. So, I mean, I'm happy to have Marquise Brown on the team, and the people are mad at him for saying this or for this to come out. Let it go, because it's funny. It's true. If you're a real Eagles fan, you know you're toxic. You're toxic. We're one of the most toxic fan bases in the world. I mean, it's okay. We love that shit. I'm still going to be toxic. He dropped the ball.
Saying the world lines is up with some of them damn soccer hooligans, and they be legit out there having wars over soccer teams that don't give a shit about them. Like, I can't imagine an Eagles fan will ever go that far, even with a Cowboys fan. Like, we ain't really trying to... It ain't that serious. It's serious, but it ain't like deathly serious. Ain't nobody trying to sacrifice their lives for this shit like they willing to do for Man U or the Palace or some shit.
Listen, Philly fans are so damn toxic, and you know he's right. He was right. Marquise Brown is right. I don't remember the name of the player that used to play for the Eagles. For the Sixers. I can't remember who it was, but he was a small forward for the Sixers. The Eagles fans got in a fight with this basketball player for the Sixers. That you're supposed to be a fan of your city, but you're so toxic you're fighting a basketball player that plays for your city. Granted, they fought him because he had on a Washington Redskins jersey and he was talking shit. But that's how toxic we are. We fought somebody that we're going to root for later on that night. That's how toxic we are. They fought the guy, they jumped the guy, and then they're gonna root for him. They hit like 6 threes later on that night. That's how toxic we are as a city. It's toxic as fuck. Marquise Hollywood Brown.
That just means he's under pressure. That's what that means. We ain't necessarily. I mean, toxic might be the right word for it, but we just believe in the team. We're passionate about our team. We expect y'all to be as passionate about it as we are. We say the fans, and them being obviously the Eagles. Like, we expect you to play hard. We expect you to put your damn soul out on that damn field. Because realistically, Hollywood Brown, he comes with his fair share of questions. Because I've asked around, particularly with Ravens fans, and they tend to say, don't get your hopes up with dude. He drops the ball a lot. So, kind of soft. Heard the word soft. Heard the word bad hand. So, there's going to be some issues maybe. And, there's a reason he was available, put it that way. He comes with flaws.
Yeah.
I mean, as a fan, you want to be excited about it because the main reason is because he's got a nickname. He's been a number one before. There's reasons too, but you can't get your hopes too high with Hollywood Brown as far as saying, like, this is the missing piece. This is the guy that's going to take us to the next level. He hasn't done it before when he's had the opportunities, and he's played with MVP quarterbacks in the past. So,
yeah, I agree with you. I'm not. I don't got my hopes up. Like, I heard that we signed Marquise Brown. I was just like, okay, he's fast. But I wasn't too excited because I'm just like, I hope he can be different from wide receiver threes of the past that we've had, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. He's got a lot. Like, and the crazy thing is, I'm going to say this. He's got shoes to fill because I have no reason to be excited or, I have no reason to really be excited about this yet because I haven't seen a wide receiver 3 do anything different in Philadelphia for a very long time. I haven't seen our third receiver do anything. So a third receiver
that we've had in a couple of years.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that like the narrative changes for that wide receiver 3, but until then, like, show me something. He's fast.
Right. I mean, that's what he's there for. He's there to take the top off because he's not really going to be able to provide much else. And if that actually works and that he can catch the damn ball and not be just clumsy about it, actually be consistent and give us that piece we do need, then he's all the better for it. And realistically, we're probably not going to sign him back either way. No. This is kind of to prove it for him, and it's best not to get too excited. Because he might not even be out there come opening day. So, like, we might even find a better option. It's that kind of deal. It's a 1-year deal. That's all. It's more for him to make the most of the opportunity for the sake of his career than to save us.
Right.
If we get 40 to 50 catches out of dude, we should be... I want to say excited, but I don't want to say excited because that would probably mean that they were taken away from a better option. Mm-hmm. So let's expect or hope for no more than 40 catches out of this guy, which is about par for the course with that position. Yeah. As far as the third receiver option, not really. I'll put it this way: where do you expect him? Because I mean, I'm seeing him as the Y.
I see them moving him into, like, when you want to get those situations where you want to get a mismatch with A.J. Brown on, like, a smaller, like a slot guy or a safety, where, like, if you want to get that mismatch, that's where you put Marquise on the outside and put A.J. inside so A.J. can attack that middle, because nobody's going to be able to cover him across the middle. So that's where you put Marquise, because Marquise can either give you that option, because Jalen Hurts, he throws a deep ball. So that's going to be a big good thing, because if he can take the top off a lesser corner, which you're not going to put, the way they're going to do it, they're not going to put a number 1 corner on Marquise Brown. They're going to try to put up matchups where they can try to keep that number 1 corner on AJ or Devontae. So you're going to leave somebody out open. Mm-hmm. So if Marquise can do what he has to do, he can get maybe 35 catches, 600 yards if they use them the right way. Just get like 1 or 2 receptions above 25, 30 yards a game. Maybe not 2, but at least 1. Like every couple of weeks, you get one of those big plays out of him, because that's what you got to do. You just got to find a way for him to use that speeds, even if you're throwing some drag routes with him and let him run across that middle, toss the ball to him and let him use his legs to get away, to outrun that defense. Because that's where you got to use him. You got to take advantage of his speed. And if they're not taking the top off him or using him for a quick throw across the middle and letting him run across the field to find space, you probably use him, because I'm not too specific. I'm not too aware of him having like elite route running ability. I mean, I don't see many speedsters with elite route running ability. He's not Devontae. Devontae is one of those guys that has elite route running ability. So they just got to find the right way to use him, because if you're not using him,
you probably wouldn't improve that much.
No,
skill in Philly.
He's not really giving you that much different from what you got from Jahan Dotson. The only thing is he might be a little bit better than Jahan Dotson, or probably more.
Jahan Dotson.
Yeah. He's more of a threat than Jahan Dotson was, because nobody really feared Jahan Dotson. Like nobody was out there game planning for Jahan Dotson. Actually, having Marquise Brown there was like, okay, he's not somebody that we can just be like, oh, he's not a threat, because he is a threat. He is a threat to burn a corner. He is a threat to take and that leaves, and that spreads your offense out, because it spreads a defense out when you got those 3 on the field. Then you got Saquon and Dallas Goedert, or whoever the tight end is. If we happen to draft Sadiq, which I would love it, from Oregon, or Delp from Georgia, I think that's his name, Delp.
I mean, Delp's a little injured, well, very injured, but yeah. I've looked into him.
I think if we're not drafting a safety in the safety or O lineman, or I say a D lineman, you gotta grab that. You gotta go tight end if a tight end is available. But that's another episode all in itself.
We're not there yet. We're a bit away from
that's a whole nother episode all in and of itself. So, but yeah, I like having a speedster. I like the idea of having a speedster like that because, and I hate to say this, I hate to bring it back to that, but I remember when Chip Kelly was the Eagles head coach, it was like this whole identity of just speed at every aspect of the team. And it kind of gives you that if they do it right, you can do something. You can actually be something different. You can see a lot of improvement in this Eagles offense, speed, but they just got to do it right.
Well, that was a gross comparison to bring Chip Kelly into this conversation, but I mean,
yeah, and I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely a role for Hollywood Brown in the offense, but Hollywood Brown worrying about the fans being toxic. He needs to worry about not giving the fans a reason to take it out on him.
Listen, he dropped one ball, it's over.
No, but I mean, realistically, ain't nobody sweating Hollywood Brown. You better just get out there and prove it. Otherwise, we just gonna look at him the same way we look at Jahan Dotson or Zacchaeus, and like, who cares? So, I actually hope we do find a better option in the draft. Maybe.
I would love that.
Yeah, that would be the best case scenario. We can have Hollywood Brown out there to do his gadgets and all of his bullshit that we can probably utilize him for. But I'm not excited for it. I'm not unexcited for it. It's nice to have somebody there that maybe can bring something to the table. It's nice to have that.
Yeah, I'd say use them in speed.
Yeah.
Get them open in space. That's where you win, when you get them open in space and let him use his legs. Because I'm not expecting him to beat anybody when it comes to, like, it's a good cover. He's not beating it. Like, he's not that receiver. Like, if somebody got him covered, it's over. It's like, he's not going to catch a ball in traffic. That's not him. I'm not expecting him to catch a pass in traffic. That's not who I think he's going to be. So I think the best bet for him, the best thing for them to do is use him, like go into a trips formation with 3 wides on one side and let him catch one of those quick screens or quick bubble, like on a quick receiver screen or a little bubble. We're blocking up front, but if not, I wouldn't expect them to use him in anything like that, like where he actually has to beat somebody on a route. So, but that's just, it's all about his speed there.
Yeah.
And so moving on from Marquise Brown, and with the conversation of speed, and it comes to a receiver, the Broncos acquired Jaylen Waddle from the Dolphins. And what you asked me earlier is how is that going to affect the Broncos? I don't really think it's going to be that much of a difference. I mean, yes, he's going to be a weapon, but I don't, like, it just doesn't seem like Sean Payton's offense, really. I mean, I haven't really seen that.
He could be the Olave in that offense.
But was because I don't know if Sean Payton was Sean Payton the coach when Olave was there? Because I can't recall it. I mean, he could. I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, but I feel like you got to use Jaylen Waddle the same way you use Marquise Brown. I mean, I'm not really familiar with
Waddle
Jaylen
can
Waddle's
do a lot
route.
more than Brown can do. I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, he's probably a better route runner.
System. Waddle's a much better player than Hollywood, and this guy, he's gonna.
100%.
He's going to have an instant effect on that offense.
Yeah, he's a number one receiver.
It's a big deal. There's a reason to give up a first and a third for dude. Like this is a big deal for the Broncos, for Bo Nix. Like this changes their way they can attack offenses. This puts them up another level ahead, really. So, I mean, to me, it's a big deal because you got a young quarterback and you want to throw all your resources in and getting all the pieces that you can, and this is a strong piece. Even besides Tyreek Hill, he was still getting 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah.
It's there now that he can be the number one option on a team with a coach like Sean Payton in his offense. You remember how Drew Brees' numbers used to be. If we can be looking at that with Bo Nix, 5,000-yard seasons or so possibly, and a lot of that'll be on Jaylen Waddle, and against, like you said, with Hollywood Brown taking it off the top. Well, Waddle does that significantly better than Hollywood Brown does.
Yeah.
I mean, Hollywood Brown's okay, but Waddle's on a different level.
He's not. Yeah, Waddle's a different beast. He's not going to be wide receiver one in Denver. That's Cortland Sutton's. Yeah, that's Cortland Sutton's thing. So, but that right there is good though. That is a good thing because with what you get with Sutton, and then when you get with Waddle, you actually put somebody in a position where somebody is going to get open. They have a pretty talented team, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't think that they needed a receiver. Like they probably didn't have great receivers behind Sutton, but I don't think they needed that was like a need for them. So acquiring Waddle, and I'm saying this, I say that because I feel like the Broncos have a very talented team. They have a really talented team. They could probably be still just as good. So they would have still been a pretty good team without Waddle. So bringing Waddle in, definitely helps the team quite a bit because now you adding a different dimension to that offense that they didn't have. Because bringing in and it's the same thing with the Eagles with Hollywood Brown. It's like having that type of speed can really add to your offense and give you something that you didn't really have. Now, there's a difference between Waddle and Marquise Brown. Like you said, he's a whole different level better than Marquise because Waddle can run routes well. He can catch other passes. Like he's probably a threat on a hitch route, on an in route. He's a lot better than Marquise Brown. He could probably get better separation on different number of routes than what Marquise Brown brings. So yeah, I agree. He's gonna give you something different. My only thing with that is there going to be? I feel like there's gonna be some rust there. Not necessarily as far as him not rust is from not playing. It's gonna be that the whole new system and trying to be playing in a different. He's going to be playing a different role than what he was playing in Miami, where Miami was all about just speed. The entire offense was about speed, where he's actually got to play wide receiver in Denver. He can't just rely on speed. He actually has to play wide receiver in Denver and that's the problem. That's why Miami wasn't good, because the receivers weren't playing receiver. They was just playing fucking football. They were playing backyard football in Miami. And that's why I don't understand why people believe Mike McDaniel was a good coach. Because they were playing backyard football. They was just like, hey, go deep and I'm going to throw it to you. That's the offense that was the extent of Miami offense. Jaylen Waddle actually has to play receiver in Denver. I mean, this could be a test for him because he's got to play. Because Sean Payton's I like to call him a genius. Some people don't think he's that great. Yeah, he's a mad scientist, so he's gonna figure some shit out. I would love to see it. I'm excited to see it. So I mean, yeah, I don't like Bo Nix, so this is kind of why I want it to not work out well. But
is there a reason you don't like Bo Nix?
I don't like Bo Nix because
hot take incoming.
So it's not really a hot take. It's just me pissed off because the intentional grounding. That's why I don't like Bo Nix. I don't like him because of the intentional grounding. I just don't like him. He shouldn't have. Like they should have lost that game. His intentional grounding. I feel like the league was protecting him. The rest was protecting him. They're protecting the Broncos, and they pissed me off. And I'm not going to let that shit go. That's the extent of why I'm not a Bo Nix fan. That's why I wanted to work. Call it petty, but you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I'm not a fan. And I'm gonna give him his props. He's a talented quarterback. He's a talented athlete. But fuck him. I don't give a shit. And this is the difference. And I'm gonna tell you this right here. This is the difference between people who want to call Jalen Hurts. Like, this is the difference between me and all the other guys that like they don't like Jalen Hurts despite his results. Like he gives you, we win, but y'all don't like him. Y'all don't know why y'all don't like him. Y'all can just say y'all don't like him. It's okay. Cause guess what? I don't like Bo Nix. Don't like him. I hated Tom Brady his entire career. Did I have a reason to not like Tom Brady? Not really. My reason for not liking Tom Brady is because he played for the Patriots. Other than that, did not like him.
He beat the
But
Eagles
he
in the
had.
Super Bowl. That was my reason.
Well,
I didn't give a shit
that.
about Tom Brady. If he hadn't played the Eagles that year in the Super Bowl and won,
No, I would have hated him regardless. I would have
give a
just
shit
hated
about
him.
Tom Brady. I would have hated
him.
him. Still, I'm in that area where everybody's a Patriots fan. Is like, oh, y'all trash. So
Like
fuck it.
there are certain players in the league I just don't like, and the thing is, there's the difference between me and everybody else. They'll say they don't like Jalen Hurts, and they don't have a reason. They don't have any reason to hate him. They don't like him. Some people just don't have a reason. Just admit that you just don't like a person because you don't like a person. You know what I mean? I don't like Bo Nix because I don't like Bo Nix. I don't like him. Like
You just give me
shit.
a damn idea. Can you give us the all players you hate list? Not right now, but in the future, can
Yeah,
you give us a list?
yeah, it would have to. It would. Yeah, I would need some time because there's a lot of players I just don't like, just for the sake of not liking them. Just not
Well, I
liking them.
mean,
It's just like
it's your call how you want to do that.
because for example, I don't like Travis Kelce. Great tight end. Just don't like him. I don't know why. Just can't stand him. Just don't like him. I hated him before. Like I don't hate him, but I didn't like him before Taylor Swift. Guess what? Stop liking him even more after. Just seemed really weird to me. And I love Jason Kelce, so it's crazy because I'm like, oh man, you don't like my brother. I don't like him. I don't like Justin Jefferson. Don't like him. Don't like Jamar Chase. Can't stand him. Don't like Joe Burrow. Can't stand him. I can go on, ladies and gentlemen. I can go on. I love Justin Fields. Don't know why. Don't know why. Love Justin Fields. Really want him to be good. I can't stand Caleb Williams. Can't stand him. Talented individual. Can't
Yeah, I
stand
think
him.
it's going to be a 54 man roster at this point.
Because I hate people. I just don't like them. I have no reason. I just don't like them. Just don't like them.
Said I hate people.
Love
hear
Taylor
you.
Swift. I mean, damn, not Taylor Swift. I love Shador Sanders. Can't stand Dylan Gabriel. Don't know
You
why. I
said
don't
it.
have a reason.
You
Don't have
said
any
it,
evidence.
and we have that clip forever. You said I love Taylor Swift.
I mean, I don't
We
dislike
have
Taylor
that
Swift. I used to like her music.
Forever.
I like her. She's a talented musician.
It's gonna be
She's
10
a very
years down the
talented
road.
musician.
LFTB radio gonna be live on the air, and they still gonna be bumping that. Just like when you said, and I quote, hold on. I don't think Reed Blankenship is Cameron Curl good. Just like that. I mean, I don't
Listen.
disagree, but this is still hilarious to me. I'm gonna hold on to that forever.
Oh man.
Not like what
But
you got.
that's just my thoughts, and I think that's just it. So
No, we're not
tune
done.
in,
We're
ladies
not
and
done.
gentlemen.
We're not done. We're not done. We're not. Oh yeah, we're done. We're done. I can follow that up in the next one. No, let me hold on. Put a cheese out there. In the next episode, we're going to discuss how Jaylen Waddle got traded for a first and a third, and the Bears got a second for DJ Moore. So the next question is, what is AJ Brown's trade value?
Ooh, I like that. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. I'll holler at you. See you in the next episode.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming out to check out our show. We'll be back again soon with another episode for you to enjoy. On behalf of GQ and the interns, I'm Boulevard. Peace, love, and